All right, step one, you want to make sure you chock your front wheels so your vehicle doesn't move on you. Now we're going to loosen the hub nut, and that's a 32 millimeter socket, but don't take it off completely. You can also loosen your lug nuts. We just want to do that while the car is on the ground. I find this Milwaukee impact driver super helpful. Works really well. All right, if you're watching this, I assume you already know how to jack up your car, but just in case, that's the good jack point for your rear. And then you're going to put your jack stands down. Now, I generally put a bunch of other things underneath the vehicle just in case it would slip. Maybe throw some, your tire under there, some other things. All right, now we're going to go ahead and remove your tire and your bolts. So we've got the tire off. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the hub nut there. I wouldn't even bother with trying to get rid of that notch. That Milwaukee impact driver just blasts that thing off pretty easily. All right, now you got to remove this connection of your lower control arm to your suspension. So just that one bolt there. Pretty easy to get it out of there. And now we're going to remove the old CV axle. This took a little bit of work. So I kind of pushed it through using like that bolt that I just took off. So I just kind of wedged it in there so I could get around the back and then pull it down. You kind of have to pull out a little bit on your trailing arm there while you're pushing it in, and just create enough space. I had just replaced my rear trailing arm bushing, so I was trying to be cautious here. Once you kind of get it over that lip there, then it'll just kind of slide down. So that's the outer portion. The inner portion, I didn't do a great job of taking a video, but there's a great little spot where you wedge your screwdriver in and you just kind of pull it out. So we've got the outer portion kind of out of the way now. You don't want to let it dangle, just kind of hold it. Now take a flathead screwdriver and you're going to kind of wedge it in that little spot. Sorry, that was so quick. It's that little like groove there that you see. All right, so next up is your new CV axle. And this part, it took me a little while to figure out how to actually get it seated in properly in the inner, in that rear differential there. So it's only going to go in a little ways here because there's a locking pin or ring around it. So what you got to do is you're going to come on the outside and tap it. I found the second one I did super easy by just getting it seated in there and then seating the outside portion into the wheel hub and then tapping from the outside here. So I'm kind of getting it lined up right here. And I was trying to manually push it in there, but it wasn't really working. And I was a little nervous about tapping it. But I watched some videos and it looks like that's the best way to do it. So I went ahead and got it in both sides, inner and outer. And now I just give a little tap there. Sorry, I didn't, it was already in. And now we're gonna hand tighten the hub nut. So just get it relatively secure. You're gonna wanna do the full torque when the wheel is on, it's on the ground. This works real well. Use your jack to kind of get things lined back up where your trailing arm and your suspension come together. So that's going to make it way easier for you. You just give it a couple pumps there and should match the holes up real well. And then you're going to just go ahead and torque that to the spec. I think that one was 47 foot-pounds. Got the torque specs in the little title slides. This job was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Definitely one of the easier things I've done on the suspension. All right, now we're going to put our tire back on. Going to lower the vehicle, just clear everything out of there. And then once you're on the ground, you take it to 134 foot-pounds on that hub nut. And then I think the lugs are 80. remove your chocks, and you're done.